Welcome back to Backyard Cars. And today we're working on this. This? Oh yeah, that's the Ford. I thought I took the car cover off. I apologize. So let me take the car cover off. So we're working on the Ford. And well we're gonna address the brakes, try to get some brakes that'll stop it. And we're gonna do something with the steering because the steering, it didn't do much steering. So there's a kit that people use apparently on the Fords. Somebody makes some Fat Joe, Fat Man, Fat somebody, Obese Steve. I don't know. This guy makes these kits that apparently fix all these problems with the steering because these boxes are no good and blah blah. And I'll get you in here and we can take a guess at what they did because they did something different. It's not the factory Ford box, but I don't know what I'm doing. So, but I'm good at looking at pictures, matching shapes. So we're going to get in here and we're going to take the steering box out and we're going to put in a bracket and we're going to put in a different power steering box. And I don't even know who manufactures that. Borgenstein? Borgensheen? Borgeson? I don't know. We'll take a look at it. You can tell me how to pronounce it. And maybe it'll steer good enough to drive it somewhere safely. Because it's kind of scary right now. If it was just a POS, well, it wouldn't be so scary, but it's kind of nice to try, hit a mailbox with. So let's get in the boxes over here. Is this undone? This might be loose. Okay. It's right down in here. It's down there. Let's take a look at it. All right, diving back into the pink bomb. So, if you're looking, and I don't know if you're looking, but oh, now my telly's ringing. What is going on here? I don't know that number. I'm not answering it. That was one of you guys. I mean, I got to know your number. Okay, so look, right down here is the power steering box. Can you guys even see it? I mean, I can't get you down any closer. But down here is the power steering box. And it's kind of cattywampus to the steering column and everything. Everything you're looking at is not good. And so this is coming out and the Borgenstein box is going in there. You can't really see it. Can I get you up through the wheel well here? That's where yeah, okay. So that's where the knuckle is. Right there. And as you can tell, everything's not copacetic right there. And so we have a kit by FatMan. Apparently everybody uses this kit for these two-door tutors or Ford, the 5048 to 51 Ford Custom. I don't know. I just know that FatMan is the guy they call. And so there's a kit that Pops had bought for it and kind of stacked around, and so he was ready to fix that. And now that we got the motor in it and we actually drive it around, we realize that, well, that's probably key. So let's get in there. We're going to jack it up, get the wheel off, get some access to what's going on here, and address it, because I don't know what I'm doing. All right, well, let's try to safely remove this hubcap and find our socket. we can get a good shot at what we're doing in there. Come on out. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. That was too much. I mean, what are we doing here? So glad. Hello. We're gonna have to address that too. Another thing off the list. Well, what do we see in here? Good or bad? That's indifferent. Everything's indifferent. Oh. You want to look? Pew! So now we're in here. And what we're looking at is, well, we want to disconnect this without damage in it. And that could be stressful because I don't have those tools. I got tools that jam in here and break boots. And then we got to take off these homemade straps. And then somewhere through this spaghetti shot of holes that's going to be left, well, we're supposed to line up our stuff and bolt it in. That's what they say, at least in the pictures that I looked at. Now let's see if we can't swing down underneath here again. Kind of really get a look at this. Okay, this is not factory, I'm telling you. This is, it looks like a Chevrolet steering box to me. That we got it in here, you know, and we're steering it, we're driving it. This is the FatMan kit that does all the steering things. I don't think it's quite aligned right, but who knows. And then, so we got to pop this loose without damage in it, hopefully. Then get all these bolts out, and the shaft there, the, what is it? Yeah, where the U-joint things go to the column. I'm not a professional. This has all got to come out, is what I'm saying. So that's going to require tools. It looks like it's going to come out pretty easy. We're going to start here. Then we're going to disconnect the shaft to the steering column. Then we're going to drop these bolts. And it's just going to fall right out. We're not going to have no problems. Right? Wishful thinking. Well, I mean, we got to start somewhere. So let's just start with the easy stuff. Get it out, huh? I don't have all my wrenches next to me, but I did have a breakfast sandwich wrench. Oh, that was apparently way loose. Okay. Now there's two ways. You can take a hammer, and sometimes you can bang on this and it'll just fall out. And that's what we're going to hope happens here. Because I don't want to have to stick the tuning fork in here, you know, and ruin the dust cover. I don't know why. I mean, they're cheap. But I don't want to ruin it. So let's see what we can do. Oh my Lord. Thank you, sir. Listen, sometimes if you just have patience, it just works for you. I never get that lucky. Normally I gotta apply heat and a whole bunch of force, you know. So listen, if it don't work that easy for you, don't get discouraged. That is strictly because I play a mechanic on TV. It had to work that way. You feel me? See how I just stuck that back in there? It's not because I'm a moron. It's because I don't want to lose nothing. You know? Alright. Well, that's handled. So now we got to get up in the top, maybe, to this worm joint or whatever you want. I got grease on my fingers. Anyhow, we got to get up there and take a look at how to disconnect that. So you give me an idea. It looks like I need an Allen head and a 1/2 inch, 9/16, Allen head and a 9/16 to get that. You see it? I mean, do you need to get closer? What is it? Okay. It probably appears I'm actually going to have to try and get that from the bottom because it's way down there from up here. My fingers don't even reach that far. I got short arms. So let's get tools and get back underneath. Well, we got the thing loose up there to the column. It won't come out because, well, it's wedged because of the steering box. So we got to get these homemade bolt things from the steering box out. Watch this fall on our faces. Is that what's going to happen? It's probably going to fall out. Not even right. Hey, what are we forgetting? Well, we're forgetting power steering lines. Well, why didn't you think of that? Well, that's probably what's holding it. Well, shouldn't you have thought of that before you tried to take it down? Well, I should have, but I thought you guys were paying attention to that. Turn it with my fingers. Okay, that's not what. Oh, come on. It's way too late for that. There's already a mess quickly working its way around. Now we're gonna see, can we find a way to play Tetris, you know, and get this thing out of here? Because it's, oh, that's good. Come on. It's heavy. Oh, it's jamming that way. It's jamming that way. Don't do that. Oh, or that. But come on down. Come on down. You're the next contestant on The Price Is Right. Okay. Yep. It's gonna keep leaking. It's gonna keep leaking. Oh. Well, that seemed good, right? Okay. So they say that was the easy part. That's what I'm told. So let's see. This is 1, 2 lines that are going to go 2 lines into that other box. That frame thing has got to go through some holes here to mount the next box on that. Now I don't see any room for all that to happen. You remember the frame mount and the box, and it's all got to go in there. It's almost like I got to ratchet strap the box up in there and get the frame mount where it needs to be, and then the box is already up in there. You get. It's an idea. That's all I'm saying. Let's got to regroup now. Really look this thing over. So we got the bracket in, and I jammed the new power steering box up there, you know, in first because there was no room to get them both in. So it's wedged up there, and the bracket is tightened down. And now we're gonna let it down and just put some bolts in it to snug it up. I calculated this correctly. I'm all in your way. You can't see nothing. And I just flip the box over. Boom. Go with the play-by-play. I'm not feeling good about it. Why is this bolts? Oh, just one line up. There we go. Of course you do. And you probably said it before I noticed it. Why are you not wanting to go in now? What are we hitting something now that I didn't see us hitting before, now we're hitting it? I don't understand. I think they notched out some of what we gotta notch out. but they didn't notch out everything. That's what we were seeing in the picture book. We just saw some cutting in here and thought they got it, but apparently they're just a hair off. So as you can see, we got it all tightened in there. The box is where it's going to be, so we're just going to go ahead and mock up our steering shaft here. And I believe the box is straight and our wheels are straight ish. So we're going to try and line it up close. I think we want this down, right? And that's awfully close to that motor. Does this need to rotate? Do we need to rotate that box? So, in the effort of full disclosure, it's been a couple days. And we've run into some issues. Let's spin around in here and I'll show you what's up. So, we have actually taken the power steering box and bracket in and out roughly 10 times. And we fiddled with the mounting locations here and twisted it forward and back, and come to find out this is about where they want it. This is where the location is, right? And something has to be done over here because that idler arm should be a little bit higher. But when you put a small block into these shoe boxes, well, the steering hits on the oil pan pretty hard, and you can see that. And so people would typically just put the Nova oil pan with the front sump on the 350 when they stuck it into their shoe box. Well, we could do that, except this blueprint block, well, it's got a one-piece rear seal and a passenger side dipstick, and those Nova pans, well, they're not either one of those. So that's not an option. Some people said, if you can see in here, I got a little mark. Well, you should just cut that out and flip it around. And, well, that's awfully close, I think, to the oil pump itself when you start messing with that. I don't know if you're going to get enough clearance. We're not even as high as that's going to go. About another inch rotation that direction is its highest point, and that's pretty rough in there. So, that's not an option. The other side, the previous owner had already done something here, and they had got a GM box, and it was real loose, and it was down low, and they had it all level. It was clearing this pan. They adjusted on the steering. So when we put this box back in, it put us back in the location originally designed for it to be at. So now our solution, because we got the 350, and we can't just bring that side up and make it level, our solution is going to be to get a drop center link, an 1 3/4 drop center link. And that will bring this down, get these out of the pan, right? And when you bring it back this direction, it won't bind. If we just do a pitman arm, it's going to bind over here. If we just drop the pitman arm, when you turn the car all the way to the right, and this comes over here, and this pitman arm circles back, it ends up hitting on the tie rod. So that won't work. We got to keep the pitman arm exactly where it is, but we got to level the drag link somehow so that we have clearance lock to lock, right? And there's some other issues, but this is the major issue, is that we got to get out of the pan. So we're going to go get us a drop center link, and maybe we gusset both of these sides just to help with strength, because I think that you can't start the bend to here, so we're going to be pretty far into this bracket before we get back straight again. But this ain't nothing special. This is just a standard old handmade home, fabricated bar. So we're just going to have them build one with a little 1 3/4 drop right here. And that's going to solve that issue. And we're not hitting the pan, and we're going to turn back and forth, and we can move forward. But that's going to probably take a couple weeks to get that solved. And I put the feelers out on the old face space And well, some people come up with some good ideas. Let's flip these out here. Well, I think if we did that, the geometry of this arm back here is going to want to push the arm off. You know what I'm saying? The way that the geometry sits right now, I think it kind of pushes it down on it. So I don't know if turning it back here is a good idea. And then we got heim joint. The idea of putting a heim joint back here. And that's not a bad idea, but man, that's a lot of maintenance, you know? So, let's get out from underneath here and let's talk about this for a second. Well, sometimes you win and sometimes you lose. I don't think we lost. I think we have a solution. We just not a solution that helps us out today or tomorrow or the next day. But it is a solution. Now I got to get this center link out and we'll take it to somewhere, you know, some chassis shop somewhere, and we'll build one that fits. And then we'll get to drive it. Rather than make you wait, we're just going to call it quits right here. And we'll bring you back when we get back on it. Might have to do something else in between time because I got other projects and we'll fix some rust on the Monte Carlo. You want to do that next? We'll do that next. I'll fix it on the Monte Carlo while we wait on parts for this. That's how it works sometimes. It's real life, you know? Not every day is a shift, you know? Not everything can't get done in one shift. Just had a crew of people to do that. But the Ford ain't going nowhere yet. I mean, it can't. You can't steer it. So, I guess nobody can steal it, and well, nobody can drive it. All right. Appreciate you watching. Go down right over there and, you know, do the like and ring the bell, and I think the bell's over here. I don't know. I'm looking at it wrong. Upside down, backwards. All right. Appreciate you watching. Until next time.